Hello everyone, and welcome to our Group Leader Training webinar. My name is Nikki. I am the Program Administrator and Cadet Liaison here at the BC and Yukon office in Victoria. I want to begin by thanking you all for taking the time to participate in this leader webinar training. Today we're going to be talking about what your role is as a leader, and I'm also going to be talking about the award program itself. As teachers, cadet, scout, and youth leaders, we believe in youth engagement. With encouragement and mentorship, youth have the power to affect great change in their lives and their communities. Being a program administrator for the Duke of Ed, every single youth participating in the award in BC and Yukon crosses my desk. I see from their shakily filled registration forms to their strong reflections upon completion. Much as you see the journey from shy youth to confident, empowered young adults. We see the impacts of their life-changing experiences. Before I get into what is the Duke of Edinburgh's Award, let's talk for a moment about what it means to be a leader with the award. Time is such a precious commodity in today's world, so why would you want to take on another role? As a leader, you are a valuable resource to the award. Not only do you act as ambassadors by bringing it to your community and getting youth inspired, you already understand the importance for these youth to be involved in their communities, develop skills, and take care of their minds and bodies. You already provide support and encouragement to youth in your programs and classes. Mentorship and leadership you provide to these youth is critical to the success of the award and in turn directly impacts and contributes to healthy communities. I'd like to show you a short video from our International Award Foundation. While it highlights all of the amazing things young people do to achieve the award, it is narrated by award leaders who are also transformed by the journey.
I'm thrilled to be speaking to you here today, on a day that celebrates all of your hard work, your successes and achievements.
I can confidently say that in front of me is a group of young people who, in the process of becoming better versions of themselves, taught me I can be more than a teacher. By being an award leader, I can be your mentor.
From you, I have learned people are filled with the potential for boundless energy, immeasurable passion, the deepest wells of resilience, and enormous capacity for growth and change.
I've realized that every individual can change the world around them and positively impact their communities in meaningful ways.
Through you, I have witnessed the power of patience and the pride and joy that comes from discovering a new skill, testing your physical and emotional limits, and connecting with the people around you.
I've seen that in every challenge we endure, every step we take, every test we face,
is the startling truth that what might appear impossible is actually achievable.
And today, I can proudly say to you, celebrate your achievements. They are a fitting culmination of
the hard work, determination, and perseverance you have shown to achieve an award. I hope that the award has helped you discover the world you live in and has given you inspiration to continue to challenge yourself.
Believe in action, believe in your ideas,
believe in others, and most importantly,
believe in yourself.
Hey, that's a great inspirational video. I love it. So what's in it for you? Why take on becoming an award leader? We've had some conversations with leaders and researched the benefits of volunteering with the award, and there are some common themes. Professional development. Mentoring young people strengthens your coaching and leadership skills. Professional networking. Mentor training and support groups are great places to meet peers with similar skills and passions. You never know who you might meet who may have such a need for such skills, or connections being to be an award leader can lead to. Supporting youth. Part of our branding is "Not all learning happens in the classroom" tagline. As we learn more and more about youth development and engagement, the more we see how leaders truly do make a difference in the lives of the youth they support. Personal satisfaction. Being a leader brings respect for and the satisfaction of contributing to society in an important way. We recognize and value the exceptional work of our leaders, and we offer leader recognition at some of our award ceremonies. Leader recognition is typically awarded at the silver ceremony twice a year and vary depending on the duration of leadership and volunteering with the Duke of Edinburgh's award. These are truly something to be proud of and to be added to your resumes and achievement journals. This is a bit of a snapshot of the role of the leader, which can include promote the award to youth and to parents, register participants into the program, support youth through their award journey as their first point of contact for questions, support youth as they organize and participate in their activities, communicate with the award office and attend training, ensuring current and correct information is being provided. We're here to assist both you and your group participants. If you need answers to questions or access to resources, please do get in touch with us. Sharing stories with the award office. If you have a youth who is doing something really cool, we want to know about it. Maybe you had a great trip with your group and have stories and photos to share with us. We post to social media, and we really like to offer participants and groups recognition outside of the award ceremonies, so that we can have everyday celebration of the amazing things they are doing with their award. Celebrate achievements and encourage other youth by presenting award pins at school and organization events. We always encourage youth who want to receive their certificates by mail to reconsider. The ceremonies are a chance to be publicly recognized for all of their hard work, and they are really great events for both youth and leaders. It is your responsibility to ensure that you are abiding by national policies, organizing criminal record checks, and vulnerable sector screening. It is also the leader's responsibility to ensure that appropriate insurance is in place for any activities that the group undertakes. The award accepts no liability for any activities completed as part of the program. As you are all professionals already working and volunteered in youth organizations that require these documents, it is likely you already have your bases covered when it comes to liability. As a group leader, you are responsible for promoting the award to both youth and their parents. We have many resources available to you for promoting the award. Some are available on our website, ready to download and print, and others, like posters, you can request from our office. We have a blank poster with our branding that you can add your group's information, such as a meeting time and place. We also have the record book supplement. You can find the record book supplement on our website, and I really want to encourage leaders to point their participants towards this, because it is a much more user-friendly and readable than the record books themselves. It is a great resource for participants and for parents. We have award representatives in some parts of BC, and we're happy to connect you with one of them if you would like a presentation, or alternatively contact our office to organize a group online webinar. When talking to youth, ask what activities they are already engaged in. They can be recognized for things they are already doing, which can be a big draw for youth. Rather than the mechanics of the program, youth are usually more drawn to promise of a new experience, a boost in confidence, or the opportunity for personal development. Focusing on these elements in the stories of other youth who have earned an award may be a good strategy. Emphasize that the program is fun and customizable. They can choose their activities and complete them with friends. When promoting the award to parents, we have found that they are generally more interested in the long-term benefits. The award enhances and shortlists resumes, scholarship and bursary, and post-secondary applications. We pride ourselves in being a zero-barrier award, meaning all youth can be successful regardless of socioeconomic status or ability. The award gives youth who need a different opportunity to excel a chance to do just that. For youth who struggle at school or have other barriers, the non-competitive and non-academic aspect of the award has big value. And finally, parents want their youth to be well-rounded citizens of their communities. With the diversity of experiences and community connection the award pushes youth to achieve, it helps to accomplish justice. We do have some registration funding initiatives and sponsorships available for youth at risk, youth with disabilities, and some geographical sponsors as well. You can contact Nikki for more information about registering through sponsorship at the BC and Yukon Division office. One last thing, parents love to hear about the award, and youth too, is that the award is part of the BC school curriculum. Youth earn high school credits by doing the award. One of the first things you'll be doing as a leader is helping youth to register. Please ensure that registration forms are filled out completely and accurately. Registration forms that are not filled out completely and accurately require follow-up and delay the registration process. We are diligent in ensuring that we are always compliant with privacy and liability requirements, and encourage you to please ensure that youth use the most recent registration forms, which are always available on our website. All right, so let's talk about fulfilling the award. There are 4 components common to each level: service, physical recreation, skill, and adventurous journey. In each of the service, skill, and physical recreation components, a minimum of 1 hour per week is required for the number of weeks needed to fulfill the level the youth is currently registered in. Youth choose an area that they would like to focus on for an additional number of weeks, depending on the level the youth is currently participating in and at which level they entered into the program. Please note that these timescales are minimums, not maximums. For example, if a youth starts their award journey in silver, they need to fulfill 26 weeks across all 3 components and an additional 26 weeks in at least one, their choice. Short gaps can be made up. For example, if they miss 1 week, they can make it up the following week by doing an additional hour. They can do additional hours up to 4 weeks to cover illness or vacation, for example. But that is the maximum they can carry over in extra hours. If there is a gap longer than 4 weeks, they will have to add that time onto their award. This is an example of the activity log of a record book. As you can see, the youth log the activity week by week. You can see how the missed weeks were made up by the participant doing additional hours the week after the gap. It is important to remind participants that they have to log the weeks, not just a 6-month duration. This is an example of a bronze level, and as you can see, they have logged their activity up until week 13. With service, we really encourage participants to use this component to their advantage, to test drive industries of interest and to build their skill set. I know that one of the most frustrating parts of being a young person applying for jobs is hitting the must-have experience wall. Volunteering is a perfect way to get experience, so if you have a youth who isn't certain about where they want to focus their service time, Ask them what they really think about ask them to really think about what interests them and what skills they want to learn, so that they can call upon their volunteer experiences as employable skills. We have found that when youth have this connection pointed out to them between volunteering and employable skills, it really enriches the experience of volunteering and makes it personally meaningful. Inspire youth to think if there's something missing in their community and to think of a way to fill the gap. We have seen a number of achievers turn their Duke of Ed service into successful nonprofits. It is important to point out that any unpaid hours with for-profit organizations or companies do not count, neither does paid activities. Participants choose one skill to develop. It can be either something they're already exploring or something they've always wanted to try. They can choose almost anything, so as long as it is passive and non-athletic in nature. The purpose is to encourage the discovery and development of personal interests and social and practical skills. Some recent examples of skills we've seen include building apps for iPhone and Android devices, writing a book review blog, welding, video game music composition. The sky really is the limit here. Also encourage youth to seek out ways to really broaden their skill base and horizons by not limiting themselves to one specific activity. Practice a selection of activities that will develop an overall skill. So baking cookies is a great skill, but how many variations can you bake week after week before losing interest? Try culinary skills and create a cookbook from starters to desserts. Please note that while hours practicing on extracurricular school activities do count, classes during school or courses for school credit do not. The physical recreation component encourages the commitment to self-wellness, and anything that gets your heart pumping counts. The only exception, participants can't use PE classes, but they can count formal organized team sports that they participate in. Self-lead activities, so if a participant goes to a gym, does yoga videos on YouTube, or hikes on the weekend, that all counts. They can use a variety of activities to fill this component, so try it all. Kayak, snowshoe, play basketball with friends, skateboard. If it's active, it counts. Just a quick note on the activities used for all three components. The activities are not required to be paid lessons, professionally led or organized. Youth can use books, online video tutorials, peer and community mentors, or free community and online courses. At the gold level, there is an additional component, the residential project. It is not a mandatory activity at the bronze or silver level, just gold. However, the participants can be registered in any level and still do their residential project. However, they must be 16 years old and they must submit this with their gold registration. This is a 5-day and 4-night trip away from home in a new environment with new people. A few things that would count as a residential project are things like school exchange trips, cadet and scout camps, youth conferences and seminars, and leadership development courses. There are a wide variety of events that work for the residential project. You can always get in touch with us if your participants have some ideas and would like to check if they qualify for this component. All right, so let's move on to the adventurous journey. These are photos that we've received from youth during their adventurous journey. On the left is a photo from the Boys and Girls Club who hiked along the Wanda Fuka Trail. And on the right is a photo from Silver Achiever Ginny, who kayaked for her journey. So why is an adventurous journey part of the Duke of Edinburgh's award program? Well, we hope to boost young people's awareness of the environment and the importance of protecting it. Adventurous journeys take a lot of teamwork, which builds relationships. The personal challenge that Adventurous Journey provides encourages youth to develop self-reliance, confidence, and essential life skills. Preliminary training includes safety precautions and emergency planning, first aid, map reading, compass work, and it must be completed before the qualifying journey. The practice journey helps participants prepare for the qualifying journey by testing equipment, practicing the activity chosen for the qualifying journey or a similar activity, and risk assessment and safety planning. The qualifying journey is the main event. This is the trip the youth have practiced and prepared for, and the trip that they will write their report on. Durations are different for each level. As the levels progress, so does the length of the trips. Practice and qualifying journeys can be completed in one trip, but must each start and end with a full day and separated by a night. There are 3 different kinds of journeys, and the most common are the expeditions and explorations. Expeditions are a purpose with the trip. They are highly physical. The expectation is that the participants travel a significant distance under their own power. Completing the journey is the purpose of the trip, and the bulk of the time should be done achieving this. Explorations is a trip with a purpose, focused on studying natural environment, not as physical as the expedition, but still 1/3 of the active hours should be spent journeying. Pre-trip research on their subject is done, and participants complete a study of some kind related to their subject during the trip. In addition to regular journey report, they must include a summary of their research and findings. The third adventurous journey option is called Other Adventurous Journey, and it is targeted to youth who need an extra challenge. Think climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. The participant has to obtain approval from our division office prior to the trip, and they do need to be 18 at the time of the trip. There are some key elements that remain the same for all journeys. Youth should be part of the planning the trip. They must spend nights camping out or in a rustic cabin. They must cook their own meals. For safety purposes, there must be 4 people on the trip and 1 must be over 18. Average number of hours per day or level are spent set up, take down, journeying, studying, dependent on the level. Motorized travel between the start of the first and end of the last day of the journey is not permitted. We cannot emphasize this enough. Rustic cabins are okay, 5-star accommodation is not. The trip should occur out in nature, and you shouldn't be journeying through an urban landscape. Adventurous journeys are not for leisure. Time is spent journeying or studying. Shopping for supplies during the trip is not permitted, so pack accordingly. And if you're planning a trip and you're not sure if you're meeting all the requirements, please do send us an itinerary of your trip and we'll be happy to let you know if what you're planning works. If you are planning an adventurous journey for your group, it is your responsibility to ensure all necessary insurance is in place. A quick note, a journey can be with your family, a school or community group, or a paid trip by way of an adventure-based company. It is ultimately the participant's responsibility to ensure the trip they are embarking on meets all the requirements and does not have any prohibited activities. If you as a leader are organizing the trip, We do have an Adventurous Journey guide for reference. Participants at all levels write a journey report. We are not concerned with the grammar or academic style report. We just want to hear about the experience. We've received some really creative submissions. Youth who have created websites for their journey reports, created books with their own art and photos. It really runs the gamut. As long as the required information is included, we encourage creativity. So, as mentioned before, the journey report is flexible and can take many forms. The points that the participants have to touch on and the list that they must include in their report is noted in their record books, the record book supplement, and on the website. If you have a participant who is not a strong writer or is struggling with creating a report, we do have a fillable template available on our website on the Adventurous Journey section. These are great to use to record activities and journal while on the journey, as opposed to taking the record book itself. I cannot tell you how often we hear about youth who have lost their record book on their adventurous journey. As the trip is often the last part of the level, it can be very challenging to recoup all the hours and assess the signatures. Here is an example of the impact the Adventurous Journey had on this inner city youth. She wrote in her journey report, "At night, we decided to go out to the lake and go stargazing. It was a sight I have never seen before. It was so beautiful. I didn't even know the sky could light up like that. I really thought they existed in real life and that you only saw them on television. It was a remarkable sight." We loved this so much, we turned it into a poster that is being delivered to inner city schools all over BC to inspire others. So now we move on to submissions. Why is it so important to use a form when sending in an application? Information on this submission form is what we consider the most current and up-to-date information with regards to the participants, the group leader, and contact information. Submissions not properly or completely filled out can delay the approval process. It's also important to note that youth have an opportunity to talk about what they did for their award on this form. We use the form information youth provide us on this form to create the Achiever Notes for our ceremonies. Achiever Notes are descriptions and acknowledgements of the wonderful things the youth did to earn their award and are read when the achiever receives his or her award at a ceremony. Encourage the youth to really share with us what unique things they did for their award so we can give them a sparkling acknowledgement come ceremony time. On this form, participants have 3 choices for receiving their certificate. They can select that their certificate be mailed to them, their leader, or held for ceremony. At some levels, only one certificate is issued, so it's important that they consider this when deciding how to receive their certificate. Applications at the bronze and silver level are reviewed and approved by the division office. Gold applications are reviewed by our division and then sent to national for approval. Turnaround time ties back to the submissions. Ensuring your youth has submitted everything properly will help to speed up the approvals process. Things most often missing from submissions are next level payments, submission forms themselves, and complete Adventurous Journey reports. It is worth saying that these turnaround times are an average or best case scenario. If we receive an incomplete submission form or the application itself is not completed according to the requirements, this time increases. As a leader, if you can meet with your youth who are preparing to submit for an award and walk through their submission and record book with them to ensure they have really completed everything for their level, this is a huge help to the turnaround time. As our award office can't tell you how often submissions languish in our office because a participant didn't tell us if they wanted to receive their certificate if they wanted to go on to the next level, or they don't answer our emails or calls. Or in more serious cases, submissions are received that are not complete, like a participant not completing a minimum amount of weeks, or motorized transport was used on a journey. I think it's really important for participants to have a positive experience when submitting for an award. And a big contributor is having leaders who review submissions before sending them to the division, so youth can feel confident about the application they are sending us and don't have to amend applications down the road. At each level, award achievers receive a pen as well as the certificate. Participants choose in the submission form whether they want their leader to receive the pen. Certificates are held for ceremony or mailed to the participant or the leader. Bronze ceremonies happen periodically, silver twice a year, once on the mainland and once on the island, and a gold is held every 2 to 3 years. The ceremonies are phenomenal public acknowledgement of the achievers, so we always encourage achievers to attend. Really, aside from graduation ceremonies, rarely do youth have an opportunity to be recognized in such a special setting. Achievers are notified about upcoming ceremonies through email and social media, so providing an email address that is checked often is crucial. So that brings us to the end of our leader training. I hope that this has been an engaging way to learn more about your role as an award leader. If there are any questions or concerns that weren't addressed tonight, please do get in touch with us by either email or by calling the office. We are also happy to send a copy of this presentation to you if you feel that having access to it will be a helpful resource. Thank you again for joining us and have a lovely evening.